Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So I'm having another little sort of play with some fabric and paper, little scrappy bits, and I'm making these lovely little flowers. Now my last video was making the little sort of they're like little tag journal pocket thingy majiggies made out of scrap paper and fabric, and love them. So that was a bit of recycling as well. So I thought I would, because I'm trying to sort of like build up some bits and pieces to make a little eclectic journal. So I think I'll just make pieces over time, and then as soon as I've got sort of like enough together, we will make another little journal. So I've got to have enough time to collect some junk mail as well. So these are super simple and I'm loving them. So they're just little bits of fabric. I am sewing them onto some paper and then taking them off the paper, and then you've got your flower, which is so much easier to sew on paper than hold them together. Can you see? And then we can just stick these to a page or wherever you want to put them. This one I think I might leave that on there and use that on a page. And this one I've just made sort of like a little dangly stem. Now I've got my book here. I just want to show you what it would look like on a page, which I think would look lovely. If you pop that on a page, you could just sort of like glue the bottom and glue the top piece, and you could even use that as like a little belly band. But I think that would look so lovely on a page, or just leave this to flap around and make that as like a little tuck or something. But I just think they are going to look so pretty on a page. Look at that. I love them. Nice big one there. This one you could pop down, you can make it as a little pocket on there. So all sorts of ways to use them, or even on the front of a journal would look lovely. So I'm just going to make them up anyway. Let's pop those in my little pot. Just, you know, these are the sort of things that I would like in my stash. So what I've got some little petals. Now I've made the little petals I've got a nice big load of scrap fabric. Now I'm using the same ones in flowers, but again you can sort of like mix them up, so you have different petals in there. But what should we do? I've got another little bit of fabric here. So all as I am doing is taking a little bit of scrap fabric, which I have lots of. Let me just snip that down. Take a little strip like that, and then you want 5 petals. I think 5, an odd number looks better, but that's why I've got more petals, because when you do this you tend to sort of like cut a few more out, don't you? I'm going to bend it into thirds like that, and then just cut out a petal shape. It's not that difficult. It doesn't have to be perfect, because I'm going to sort of scrunch them up anyway. Just go round like that, and I'm going to throw these bits in the bin because I end up keeping them, and you can't really do a huge amount with them, so I'm going to throw those away. So I'm just scrunching these up, and look, so we've got 6 little petals like that, which are perfect, aren't they? Lovely. So that's how we do that. Now I'm going to let's just get a piece of paper. Now I've just got a piece of this scrap music paper. I'm just going to fold that in half. And then I'm going to get a little bit of 3-in-1 glue, or just use any glue that you've got, but make sure it sort of doesn't leak through the fabric. Now I'm just going to do like a little circle. I'm not going to put a lot on there because I'm going to be sewing them, and I'm just going to fold them. I'm just going to pop them around that circle like that, just so they sort of stick on. Now I'm only going to use 5 of them. Oops, just like that. Oh my gosh, I have so much thread everywhere still. That's a little spare one. Can you see? So we've got a little tiny, well, no, it's not that tiny, is it? But it's a little flower. Whoops. So it doesn't have to be neat and tidy. This is the whole point. This is just using up little bits of scraps. Right, what should we pop in the middle? What should we have? We need something. Let's just cut a little bit of this off. make it into a sort of circle. Just cut your little edges off, doesn't have to be perfect. Look at that, lovely. Look at that, doesn't that look good? Now shall we have just something this in the middle as well, and then I'm going to pop a little sequin in there as well, which is super simple. It's just, that will do, doesn't even have to be round. Look at that, really easy. Now the first thing I'm going to do is obviously get a needle. I've pop the thread in because I'm dreadful at that, and all as I'm doing now, again you can do this on the machine, but I quite like doing it by hand because I have been slow stitching. This is a lovely thing to do. So I'm just going to pop a few stitches in there to keep the middle one on, then I will pop in a little sequin like that. That in, so it's easier to sew on the paper and tear the paper away than actually trying to hold the bits of fabric. Oh look, I've got extra bit in there, there we go. Then hold the little petals together to try and sew them. This is so much easier. Right, I'm going to pop that through the middle bit. This is a nice one as well to, you know, I've got all my fabric bits out from doing other projects, so I've got lots and lots of bits of scrap fabric, so this is a great one. Now these are sequins that I bought the other day. I did show them to you. I'll pop a link down. I've got lots of different colours, and these are just sort of like the clear ones, the little transparent ones. So I'm just going to pop that in the middle, and then sew, just do 3 stitches around it. So if I can, there we go. Make sure it goes into the middle. Just to hold it on, just go around it, over the top of it, just sort of 3 times. Now I'm just using sort of like a it's like creamy, it's a creamy cotton, it's just a cotton, but again, if you wanted to see the stitches, use a darker one, or a pink or a blue, or whatever you like. Can you see? And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go from the petals and then just go up into each petal like that. Just do that sort of 3 times, so a bigger one in the middle, and then on just a smaller one either side, like that. Now I think I might make these as well with some beads on them, because I think little beads in the middle would look quite nice, because I'm very into my sort of beads and making things at the moment. I find it very relaxing and therapeutic to do. So it's nice to just do a little bit of sort of slow stitching. I know lots of you like to do it as well, so I have been doing it a lot. So it's just something that's nice, you know. I find it very relaxing, and it's nice to sit in the evenings and do it, because it's very stress relieving thing. Not that I'm stressed, but it's nice and relaxing. I shouldn't say stressed, because I'm not stressed. But it's lovely. If you are stressed, it's a good thing to do. It's very mindful, isn't it? So I'm just doing like 3, just like so they go up into each petal, but I think I might actually use a different colour cotton on some of them as well. Let's pop that in there, pop that down. You could put little beads on the end of these, couldn't you? Do you know what I mean? I don't have my beading needle up here, right? It's downstairs. tend to have lots of bits and pieces downstairs at the moment. Can you see? It's really, really simple and basic. So you don't even have to be artistic. Do you know what I mean? Just cut little sort of petal shapes out. Really, really simple. I'm just going to pop that like that. Let's just cut it off with my giant scissors. Pop this back into my little pincushion, and there we go. Look at that. Really simple and lovely. Now again, you could probably sew around the leaves, but what I'm going to do is just tear this paper off the back, just like that. Now, if you saw the video I did a little while ago now on making the little ruffles, I made the ruffles on the sewing machine by sewing onto paper. If I remember, I'll pop the video link down below. And it's so simple. Oh, it makes life so much easier. And look at that. Lovely. So we've got a little bit of paper. You could probably rip that off, but if you're going to stick it onto something, it's fine, isn't it? It gives that little bit of stability at the back, but I just love them. I think they are really, really cute. So I'm going to pop that one in the box. Now, these ones are made with that nice lot of fabric I got, which I keep sort of like pulling out. Now, where do I have any? Do I have any to show you? Let's see. I've got a little bit on here, which I'm going to cut off. This is my little beaded heart that I was starting to make. Now this is like the synthetic fabric, so you need to, if you're going to cut, I've got leaves, so I'm not going to, I'm just going to do one to show you. So cut out like a little leaf or a petal shape. You can sort of, you know, however you want to do it. It doesn't have to be perfect, like I said. And then all I'm going to do, because this material frays, look, it just frays. So where's my lighter? Oh look, it looks like a little heart. You could actually do hearts. So all I did was go around this with a lighter, or if you have a little candle, you can do that, but just be very careful you don't burn yourself. And then just by sort of melting the edges like that, it stops it from fraying, which is fab. Look at that, it's like a little heart, isn't it? So what shall we do? Shall we do another one? I do like these purple ones, which is this one, which is lovely, isn't it? I wonder if I could do sort of like a little doubly one. These go at the back? Probably would, wouldn't they? Let's try. Should we do a little doubly one? Let's just use any scrap paper. It doesn't have to be anything special. I'm gonna do just a little ring like that. Then we'll pop these on around. So we want 5. I think a little odd number is nice, isn't it? And then just a little bit round like that. I'm going to pop these in like the gaps, if you know what I mean. Like that. Oops. One there. And one there. So we've got a bigger flower. What shall we pop into the middle? I know that's a petal, but that's quite nice, isn't it? Have I got any of that fabric here? Let's have a look. Oh, I could use this. That's nice. That's what I shall use. Let's just cut that off. Oops. Cut a little circle. Pop that in. Oops. My floor, or my chair, because I've got little wheelies things on my chair. Because I use the sewing machine a lot, I end up with lots of cotton on my floor. So my poor wheels, I have to keep taking all the cotton out. And my gosh, it does gather a lot. Look at that, that's lovely. Shall we pop one of these in? I will, because you know how much I like a little bit of shiny on there. There we go, lovely. Let's get this little bit of cotton, pop that on. Now if you've got white fabric, you could probably, well, let's just wait, I'll put that on in a minute. I'm going to just sew around this, just to keep that on. Just a few stitches. There we go. So yeah, if you've got just white fabric, you could use an old pillowcase or old sheets or anything like that. So if you're new to all this crafting and things, it doesn't have to be expensive. Just go to a thrift store, charity shop, or if you've got anything in your cupboard that you don't use anymore or you're going to throw away, just use that. And things like this you could do. I'm sure you've all got needle and cotton at home, a little bit of spare fabric, and you can make some beautiful little things. So if you're starting out, just make your own little embellishments. I know we love to use stuff that we buy in the shops, and it makes it so much easier, but I just love making. Look at that, lovely. Now what I'm going to do, let's just, should we pop, if I had my beading needle, I would probably pop a little bead on top of this little sequin. But the beads don't go through this, the eye of this needle. So I'm just going to go, just sew that on. Just do 3 little stitches on there, just to hold it in place. Oops. Pop that down, lovely. Now I'm going to just stitch up through there. I'm going to just do one, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to come down and just go over, just to hold that down, that little stitch down, so it doesn't buckle up, if you know what I mean. So if I go up there, stitch like that, and then just come halfway down and just sort of like, it sort of like pins it down, so you go across that stitch so it doesn't sort of like gap, I think. I know what I mean. If we, because on this one, if you left it like that, you have it, it sort of like gaps up, doesn't it? I don't know whether that's the right term, but pop a little stitch beside it and then come back down the other side. That holds it on. Oops. Yeah, I think I might add a little bead just to the end of these. Pop that up. Oops, don't pull too tight because it will wrinkle it up. Oops. Pop that down and there we go. Oops. Look at that, that's lovely. So yeah, little beads around there. Do like my beads at the moment, so I'm just going to catch under the, just under those sort of like threads that I've used there. Tie a little knot. Giant scissors. Just pop my needle in there. Look at that, super simple. Now to pop beads on there, you don't need to have this on the back, so this just rips off. Really, really simple. Really, really easy. So yeah, don't use your best papers to do it on unless you're going to leave it on sort of like this one. Do you know what I mean? If you're going to leave it on, which I quite like that, then use a nice paper, but in general you don't need to use a nice one. Look at that, how lovely is that? Just gorgeous. I just love them. Shall we make another one? I love these. I could just sit here and just sew all day long. This little white one I think looks really pretty. Shall we make a little white one? I think they will go. Now if you've got some coffee stain paper, fabric and stuff, you could use that. Have I got a little bit bigger than that? Oh, here we go. What I need is a little bit of coloured cotton, isn't it really? Okay, let's just open this. This is just a strip off an old pillowcase, I think it was. So I'm just going to fold that, so I'm going to have a nice lot on this. Should we do a bit of a bigger one? Let's do a bit of a fatter one maybe. So, yeah, just cut around. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. So I mean, throw that away. Now before I move, take them apart, I'm just going to scrunch them up just so they got that raggedy edge. Now I suppose you could put little bits of ink on the edges, couldn't you? That would probably look quite nice. Okay, so there we go. What a nice lot. Now I'm just going to quickly get some cotton. 2 seconds. Okay, I'm going to go for this lovely sort of burgundy pink colour, which I think will just pop of colour, a nice pop of colour. But what shall we pop in the middle? Shall we have a little bit of this? Shall we just, what shall we do? What shall we do? I need to cut a circle, don't I? Let's just cut a little circle off. Let's get everything ready. I'm going to actually hold this with these, just so I don't burn myself, because I am quite clumsy sometimes. There we go. Perfect. So that's our middle of our flower. Let's get a needle. Let's take this off. Let me just pop that in there a second. Okay, let's try and thread my needle. There we go. Oh, that wasn't too bad, was it? Where's the end gone? These are absolutely lovely cottons that I've got. Little threads. I think I ripped that off. It's embroidery thread, but it's really nice. And this is number 107. You get 500 meters on these. Came in a little sort of like box of lots. So if I remember, I will pop the link down. Right, we're all ready. Let's get a piece of paper. Let's get another bit. Actually, I might use, I'm just going to use a little bit of this, I think. Pop a little bit of glue around. Or, no, I'm not. I'm going to use this because I might keep it on the paper. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to double it up, I think, a little bit on there, just in case I want to keep it on the paper and use it as a topper for a journal card or something like that. So I'm just going to stick that down. What do these look like on the back? Then I'm going to add a little bit of this just to sort of darken the back, I think. So again, if you're into mixed media, this is perfect because you do like a little collagey bit on the back, can't you? Oops, I need my glue. But all these things, you know, they start off and you never know where you're going to end up with them. Don't put too much glue on because you don't want it to sort of like poke through, do you? And these are quite big, these leaves. They're like little hearts, aren't they? Let's take this one. What do you reckon? Too much in there? Let's go. Just like that. There we go. That looks good, doesn't it? Oopsie daisy. Middle of the flower. Perfect. I think we need something else in there. What would that look like? Let's take a little bit of this, shall we? Scrunch that up. Pop that down, and then we will pop that over the top. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Where's our needle? Needle and cotton. There we go. Let's hold this on. Oh, this is nice. I'm going to go over the top of this actually. Just catch it like that around the edge. So if you don't sew, it doesn't matter, because look at this, it looks quite untidy, but it's lovely. I love it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to make some of these with some little beads on. I think they look really nice. I like the coloured cotton as well. Looks fab. Yes, this could take me in different directions actually, because this, I think I might even make some with some sort of like ink around the edges of the leaves. Because sort of like colour the white fabric would look really pretty, wouldn't it? Oh, I might even make some velvet ones. Gosh, I can see me making lots actually. Oops. Tangle up, don't tangle up on me. Gosh, come on. It's easy. Can't tangle on me. Let's do that. There we go. That's better. So yeah, you don't have to. I suppose if you're doing slow stitching on your, fabricy things, you could actually sew this straight onto your fabric, not on the paper. But I wanted loose flowers, if you know what I mean, that I could stick all different places. Look at that. Can you see that stitching? It's not fabulous, but it looks good. Right now I'm going to go up into our little flowers, our little petals, just like that. Just 3 little ones, 3 little stitches, big one in the middle, look, and then 2 smaller ones on the outside. So hopefully, oopsie daisy, hopefully I'll have enough cotton on here to do that. Fab. So you never know when things, they sort of like turn into other things, because I had no intentions of doing anything like this morning in a video. So you never know. Never know which direction my videos are going to go in. But fabulous. Love them. What should we pop in the middle? Should we do a little? Quite like that. Do you think it needs a little sequin? probably do with quite a couple of sequins in there actually, couldn't it? Okay, loving these. Okay, perfect. Oops, that's not very in the middle, is it? There we go. Okay, that's the middle. Let's get a little sequin out. What do you reckon? One sequin? I think one's enough. Yeah, I think this needs a few little beads in this one. Definitely. Okay, I'm going to just do one, and then I'm going to get some beads and go around there later. But look at that, I like it with the coloured thread, don't you? So you can see the nice little messy back. But nobody will see that, so that's okay. There we go. Oops. Put that in there. I think I might just pop just a tiny bit of glue on there, just to make sure those threads don't undo. Like that. Look at that. Fabulous. Now I'm going to leave it on that because I will add to it, and I do like that as a page. You can make that into like a little pocket, couldn't you? Like that on there. Oh, I love it. That's like a little flappy bit. Oh, I haven't worked in this journal for ages. I can even have it on the side. Oh, I love them. I think they are so simple. Sometimes the simplest things are the best, aren't they? Just a little bit of fabric and a needle and cotton. So there we go, guys. I will carry on making some of these, but look at them. They are just beautiful, aren't they? That's the little doubly one. That's the little pattern one, and I do like this. Now, oops, there's the other one there. These ones, all as I did is just cut a different shape for the leaf, and then that's a little domey bit. Shall I show you quickly? Shall we make one of those? Super simple. What shall we do? I'm going to make a purple one because I've got lots of this fabric here at the moment. So let's just snip down like that. Let's just fold these up like this. Fold that down, fold that down. All I'm going to do, cut that side, oops, and cut down there. So basically it's just like a little long leaf, isn't it? We don't need all these bits. So there we go. That's these ones. So should we scrunch those up a little bit? Let's just make them a bit raggedy, shall we? Lovely. That can go over there. Let's get a little bit of paper. What should we do? Should we just fold this one? Should I just fold that like that? I like this bit because I might, if I put a little tail on there, a little stem, I like that bit showing. I'm going to just glue this a little bit. Just a tiny bit of glue. Oops, I folded it the wrong way. Never mind, that will do. So we might have to cut some of these down because it might be a little bit too big, but I don't mind if they go over the side. Can you see? You just pop them. I'm going to glue on here. I'm just going to go straight for it. Just a little bit of glue. Let's just start from the outside. Like that. Turn it up that way. Look at all these little bits of cotton. Let's get rid of you. See, that's what I don't want, is the glue showing. That's got glue on it, so I'm going to pop a couple of more over the top, just so we don't see that glue. Oops. Probably might be best if you iron some of your fabric. Do we need this one on there? Should we have a nice big fat one? Oh, that would look good. Let's see. Tiny bit there. I like that. Look at that, it's got lots of movement in this one. Oh, I like it. Shall we have a little tail on it? What do you think? I've just used, what did I use? What was that? That was just like a little piece off the end, but I might have to use a little bit of seam binding for this one. That's too dark. Oh, I quite like this one. That's quite nice, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is just roll this up like that. That will tuck underneath. Snip that down. Can you see? I hope I'm in the camera. And we'll just make a little, pop a little loop, pop that through, and then we can have sort of like little pretend leaves on there. Just like that. Super simple. Fold that down. Let's pull this down a little bit so it dingle dangles off. Very rustic, isn't it? Very rustic. Pop a little bit of glue in there. Oh yes, I didn't expect to be doing this today. Quite like this. Actually, wouldn't that look nice? Yellow. It would look like a sunflower, wouldn't it? Now, I don't think I want the pink, I think, or the burgundy. I think we better go with the creamy one. There we go. Pop that in. Tie a little knot on there. Okay, so what shall we pop on the top? Now I've got these little, what do you think? What goes best? A little bit of shiny on there. That looks nice, doesn't it? So this is one of the leaves. So I'm just going to cut that top piece off. There we go. And just pop that on there. Just as the top of the flower. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Tinsy bit. Oh, actually, I'm not going to use that because I don't want to see through it. For it to come through. Let's just use a tiny bit of glue stick. Oh, this is pretty funky, isn't it? Oops. I'm going to just do a little straight stitch around here, just to hold that on. Oops. Now I think if you did like a little yellow one, like a sunflower, you could sort of like put little brown beads around this little bit, so it looks like sort of like the seeds sunflower seeds, couldn't you? Go. Love them. Right, I'm been working on the Friday freebie today. For on Friday, because you can't even speak now. Can you believe it is number 190? We've done 190 Friday freebies. It's just astonishing. It's just amazing how many we've done. So it would be nice to know if any of you have all of them. That would be interesting if you've got the whole lot of the Friday freebies, because that would be 190 of them. Gosh. Now I know I did start off with a journal, but I might go back, look at that, and put them all into a journal. Look at that, that's fabulous. I do like that. I don't think I'm going to add sequins to this one, but I might go down just to pin these down a little bit. And then just go diagonally over those just to hold it down across. Don't think this is the best cotton to use. I think it's just sort of like a cheap one that I had, but it was the right colour. It's not quite white, it's sort of a creamy, it's sort of like more of a sort of off-white. Oops. Oh, this is fun. This is fun for a Tuesday. Nice little bit of sewing. Using up lots of little bits of scrap fabric and paper. Okay, let's just do one more. Goes down here, just like that. Perfect. Oh, those scissors are cold. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go back and add a few beads later. Oopsie daisy. Oops. Oopsie daisy. Snip that off. Again, I'm just going to add a little bit of glue on there. It's not easy to secure it onto the paper. The paper rips, obviously. Look at that, that's really funky, isn't it? Oh, I love them. I think these would make lovely happy mail gifts, because I think they're sort of like fun. I think it's a really fun little project. Let's pop all my little leaves over there. So there we go, that was the other one, and that was just sort of like lace, little shiny satiny fabric and some a lace fabric. But these are just so lovely, aren't they? So cute. I do like the white. I do like the white. It's a nice big white one there. And these. So there we go, guys. That was a nice little fun play today. I hope you give it a go. Needle and cotton, little bit of fabric and a little bit of scrap paper, and that's it. And you've got these beautiful little flowers, and I just think they are lovely. Great little embellishment to add to your journals, or again stick straight onto your slow stitching projects or things like that. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye bye.